Okay, Mike at Polar Heating and Air. I'm here with some of my guys. We're going to talk about what we think is a better solution now for indoor air quality. This is called the iWave-R. It's made by Nu-Calgon. This is what we think is a better for your home than a UV light or for those EPCO, Guardian Air type situations, along with an air cleaner. So basically, if Jeff, if you can get the camera here, what we have on our system now, and this is actually in our shop here over at Polar, is if you look up top, you'll see we have, it's either a Guardian Air or it's another version of that. That's a Guardian Air. If you see that, you'll notice there's no light on, which means that the bulb is completely dead and it's not doing anything at all. That you get a year to 2 years out of that bulb. Most people, they recommend, the company recommends that you sell it for no less than $1,200 to a customer, and it's good for a year to 2 years. Now, it works great for a year to 2 years. Okay. The other thing, if you look on this furnace here, you'll see it's just a filter, but it's an Aprilaire Air filter. It's a MERV 13. I want to show you guys what you're breathing and what's going into your furnace and your filter if you don't have something like this. So this one's actually only been here for about 3 months. But again, this is a warehouse we have it in. This isn't typical of your house and all that. But look at if you didn't have this, what it would breathe. What you'd be breathing into your lungs. One of the things I want to point out to you is when you buy those pleated filters from Home Depot or one of those home improvement things, they're like 1 inch thin. So they work great for about 3 weeks to a month, and then they don't have enough surface area, so it blocks off the airflow and it ruins your furnace because it's choking off the airflow to your furnace. It's not because they don't work as advertised, it's because they don't have enough surface area to actually, when they work as they're supposed to and they catch all the dirt, it's like putting a piece of plywood in there and you've got no air. A heating and air system has to circulate. You want the air in your house to circulate through your heating and air system as good as possible. This, if you took this, cut this, here, let's do this right now. I'm gonna, does anyone over there have a knife or a pair of scissors? Mike, do me a favor, would you cut these strips right here? Okay, is there strips on your side, Mike? Yep. Please cut these. Okay, I'm going to walk over the other side, and what I want to do is I want to stretch this up. So I'm going to come over here. Here, we'll come right here. Here's the difference between an Aprilaire Air filter and those filters that you buy for 30 or 40 bucks at the home improvement store. This, stretched out as far as you go, is over 33 square feet of surface area. This is why this stuff, turn this over. So we could stretch this out more if we really wanted to, but Aprilaire says 33 feet. If you take a look at it, it's pretty good. But look at how much surface area you had to collect dust. That's why this is worth the money you pay for it. And the other ones are not only not worth the money you pay for it, they're hurting your furnace, they're hurting your coil, they're hurting all your equipment. So this is what makes this a great filter, and this is why this is the only one that we sell. Again, you're the customer, do what the customer wants, but this is why we recommend this, and this is the one we prefer, and this is the one we install. We'll give you any one you want, brand you want, but this we think is the best filter for the house. A, because it does a good job, but B, because it's not ruining your furnace while it's doing it. Okay, so our solution for indoor air quality, good duct cleaning, which by the way we do. As far as filtration, there's different grades of filtration. It's called a MERV factor. The ones that we normally give people on an install or is a MERV 13, which catches quite a bit. Aprilaire has just come out. They have one that does a MERV 16. If you go to MERV 16, which is like catches almost everything, you're going to need to change it twice a year. Okay, so this coupled with, we were doing the EPCO type units, the Guardian Air, we think is the best for indoor air quality, along with humidifier, dehumidifier, that type of stuff, and a good furnace that's running correctly and maintenance of your equipment. So what we're going to talk about today is we've already talked about that filter, and at some point we're going to change that filter, but now we're going to talk about this, it's called the iWave from Nu-Calgon. Okay, so that system that we pointed out before, that basically does about the same thing as this thing does. This basically bottom line is, as I understand it, is that this puts out hydrogen peroxide. So that's what kills the mold, kills the mildew, and not only that, all the dust and dander and pet hair and debris and dust mites you have in your house, when you introduce this into the air in the home, it causes it to clump up, causes your filter to work even better. If anything, this is going to work so good that you might have to change the filter twice a year because it's catching everything now and not letting anything through, okay? And this basically, we're going to, if you go to our website, when you see this video, we're going to show you how it's installed. We're going to put a clean filter in it. We're going to let it run, and then we're going to show you a few time-lapse videos of the filter over time, just to show you how much it's catching once we put it in. But this, basically, the benefit of this over that is that, again, you see the light wasn't on. It works great when it's working, but within 2 years, you got to spend $300 to $600 changing that filter out. Okay, this, our price installed is around $650. This comes with a 3-year warranty, but this doesn't put off ozone. So if you're really sensitive, you're not breathing in ozone, so you aren't dealing with all those byproducts that the other one puts off. But you're also getting, you can get up to 20 or 30 years out of this thing, and every 2 to 3 days it has a little head that spins and cleans off the brushes, so you know it's working properly. So you can go with that other system, a lot more expensive to put in, 2 years, real expensive to change the light bulb, puts off some ozone and some other things that you might not be comfortable with in your own home. Or you can go with this, possibly get up to 20 years out of it, pay a one-time fee that's very reasonable. If you do end up having to change your furnace along the way, it's very simple to take this out and put it in your new furnace with a good air filter system like Aprilaire. Very economical to do, but not only economical, it works, and it doesn't hurt your system. It doesn't put off any bad byproducts. So right now I'm going to ask Billy. Billy's just going to show you. He's going to connect this up. He's going to show you how we connect it, put it in, and then he's going to put a clean air filter in, and then we'll come back in a little bit and we'll show you what the air filter looks like when this is working. Because not only the air filter is going to catch stuff. You saw the air filter works, right? But you're going to see, like, within 2 to 3 weeks, it's actually going to work even better than it did, because this is going to help clump up all the dirt and dander and debris. Again, we're sitting in a warehouse. We've got forklifts. We've got trucks coming in and out. We've got concrete. We've got all kinds of stuff going on back here. So this is a much dirtier environment than your house is. So if it could handle this and handle the office in this environment, then it's got to work well. Okay, Bill, you want to go ahead? You want to talk a little bit about it, install it, and
I am Bill with Polar, one of the service technicians. So this is the iWave-R. I'll give you a close up here what it looks like. So this is the air cleaning device here. Basically, it's just going to sit inside the bottom of the furnace cabinet, so we don't have to make any invasive holes to the ductwork, which could lead to air leakage in your system. It operates off of low voltage, so the wires are down here to hook up. Basically, it's going to sit flat on there. It even has magnets. We could even magnetic it to the ductwork. And then this little thing here, this is the self-cleaning brush that periodically, about every 3 days, this brush will actuate. It'll spin and it'll clean it off. So it's zero maintenance for this device. So I'm going to go ahead and start to put it on. Alright, we're back here by the furnace. We got the furnace all opened up here. We're ready to put in our iWave cleaning device here. The other thing I didn't mention about the voltage, it could run on 24 volts, it could run on 120 volts, or it could also run on 220 volts. So depending on what type of system you have, this is compatible for almost every type of system that we would install for you. So basically, like I mentioned before, it has the 2 magnets on the bottom. It does have screw holes too. If we needed to, we could screw mount it to the side. But in this case here, it's not necessary. We're just going to set it right in here. And this one is going to run right off the 24 volts on the circuit board here. Okay, so I already went ahead and made sure that I have the power off on the furnace. So we're going to go ahead here and borrow our voltage right off of the bottom here.
While Billy's installing that, I just want to go over some of the added goodness of this. It's okay, you can keep the camera on Billy, watch what he's doing. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, right, Bill?
Yeah, this is one of the wires needs a little more tightening here.
Okay.
But yeah, this is pretty straightforward. It only takes a matter of minutes to install.
Could you do this yourself? Yes. Would I recommend it? No. There's a good chance if you don't know what you're doing, you could cross a wire in front of your circuit board.
Or possibly harm yourself.
Or possibly harm yourself. So obviously I have a dog in this fight, but I would highly recommend it's not that much more expensive to have us install it than it's just to buy it off the internet, because we get a better price than you do on it, because we buy a lot of them. So.
Okay, so now we're ready to go here. So you'll notice there's the extra wires here. We're going to hook up the screen wires, the ground, and these other 2 wires are for an optional alarm that can be installed. So that will not be used right now. So I'm going to grab some wire nuts for that.
Okay. So while he's grabbing the wire nuts for that, I'm going to go over a little bit. So what they have on the box, but basically we've tried this out, and I believe it's not just marketing. I actually believe it's accurate. Otherwise, you know, when we have a product that we install in a customer's houses, I don't want 20 callbacks on something like this. It's not good for you, and it's not good for me. So I really need to believe in it as a product before I'll even say, hey, this is something we're gonna start offering to our customers. So basically, it's self-cleaning. So, you know, the other unit that's up top, you don't have to show it, Jeff, but the other unit that's up top, it doesn't clean itself. So if it gets dusty or dirty, it can have an effectiveness on it. It's kills mold, bacteria, and virus, kills all pathogens. It helps control odors. So if this unit used to actually be a veterinarian clinic, and it had 27 showers and bathrooms, and that was all for dogs and cats, and you wouldn't have bought the building and gutted it to build out the office. You didn't want to walk in here to just smell how bad it was from the years of the animals and all that. So now it's I don't notice any of it, and I'm not a smoker, so I notice quite a bit. So once we put this in, we redid all the sewers and drains in here, but some of the old leftover sewers and drains were still underneath the concrete. So once we put this in, it actually made an incredible difference in the smell in the office. And I have these type of systems on my own personal home. I have it on my mother's home. I mean, I truly believe in it, and I'm not just, you know, here trying to pitch a product I don't believe in. It's again, he already talked universal voltage, real simple mounting. It's got a 3-year warranty on it, but again, because it's not a bulb that can burn out or lose its effectiveness, you can get up to 15-20 years out of it without having to change it. No detectable ozone, which for a lot of people is an irritant. It doesn't produce any other harmful byproducts. Doesn't contain mercury. I don't know if you guys noticed, but these these ionizers and these UV lights, they actually have mercury in them, and it doesn't contain titanium dioxide, which is, you know, some ionizers may or might have it. UV lights don't have it in that, but it can be a respiratory thing with people if you have issues or challenges. So again, all the benefits of the UV light and the other type of system, a lot less cost, a lot less maintenance, a lot less harmful byproducts that come out. So for us, this is a no-brainer. This is what we're going to offer. Again, you're the customer. We're going to do whatever you want. Hopefully you'll get this opportunity to talk about this before you say, no, I want a UV light. All right, so now what Billy's going to do is, if you look down here, you'll see he's got it hooked up. Billy, why don't you talk about it? It's hooked up tonight, and talk about the filter.
Yeah, I just powered it back on. So you can see there's a green light here that indicates that it is powered on. And then there's the on-off switch. So if you actually needed to power it off, you could turn it on or off. We're just going to slide it over a little bit here so it could spin when it needs to clean. We don't want it hitting the blower wheel. And that's basically it. So now we just got to put the door back on. And then I'll show you the new filter. We're going to slide that back in.
This is, just so everybody knows, this is factory set for every 3 days. There is a control on it if you have concerns in that. Even if you want us to set it up the first way, you can't set it up like it's very simple to set up for every day. Right now we're gonna go with the factory settings because this is a big unit. This will handle up to a 6-ton air conditioner. This is connected to a 5-ton air conditioner, although we have 10 tons of cooling in here. But we're gonna leave it at the factory setting for now. And again, we're gonna update the filter and update, the experience in the office with it. So Billy's gonna go ahead and put the
pan over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the new filter in the box here. I just want to show you the difference from the one we just took out earlier. Let's see, this one was in here for about 6 months. You can see all the dirt on here, and compared to the new one, yeah, it's night and day difference. So we're gonna go ahead and slide it in. You know, we install them for you, but you know, a homeowner could also do this on their own. There's an airflow arrow. The airflow arrow needs to go in the direction of the airflow. So in this case, we have an upflow furnace. The air is gonna come down the return through the furnace and back up. So the arrow is gonna go this way. There's a rail on the top and the bottom here, little channel. That's what it connects on. So basically, you got a rail here, a rail up here. We're gonna go ahead, just make sure you got it on the bottom. Put it on the top here. And you just slide it in, put the door back on. That's it, you're good for 6 months to a year, depending on, you know, the application.
And just so everybody knows, the reason why, we have it turned off so that you can hear us talk. And the doors are off, because this is a pretty big, powerful unit. So once we got all the doors on and all that, we'll flip the switch and we'll turn it on. So if you're wondering why you didn't hear the airflow, if you're wondering why you didn't see any head spinning, it's just because we had the power off so you could actually hear us when we're shooting the video. So when Billy's done, got everything buttoned up, we'll go ahead and we'll turn it on, okay?
That's it, the furnace is actually ramping up right now. The blower is gonna come on and we'll be cleaning air.
Okay, so that's going to conclude the major part of the video. It's just if our guys are at your house, they have iPads, they could show you this along with the manufacturer, kind of explain the added goodness of why you might want to consider this. But what we will do is over time, maybe in 1 week or 1 month intervals, I'll come out here with Jeff. He's behind the camera. And we'll shoot a copy of that air cleaner just to show you how much it's actually catching. So the last part of the video that you watched, you saw us changing the filter out, and then I explained to you with the new iWave-R, it helps clump the dirt, so it catches the dirt quicker because it clumps up, so it's not as big. It's part of what helps with the filtration, as long as killing all the viruses and that. So I just want to show you, this has been in here for a few months. Normally on these Aprilaire air filters, they have a lot of surface area. They can last up to 2 years. As you can see, we're in a warehouse. This actually takes care of our corporate office, but it's installed in the warehouse in the garage. So you can see all the dust and everything that's around here. So we tend to change this more often. We tend to change anywhere from 6 months to a year. But I don't know, this is around 2 to 3 months, this filter that was in here. So I'm just gonna pull it off, show you what a good job it did catching everything, how much stuff it actually picked up, and then I'm just gonna replace the filter, okay? So again, this is our Aprilaire Air Cleaner. It's the one that we showed you all spread out, 33 square feet of surface area. And as you can see, along with just a couple of months, I mean, this is what you would be breathing in your house if you didn't have this type of filter system in. And then again, the iWave-R makes it, it's kind of magnifies the effectiveness of the filter because it clumps everything up and catches quite a bit. I mean, like I said, these filters are made to last a couple of years, and you see how much this actually caught with the help of the iWave-R. So, and no problem with the airflow, everything's going good. That's the thing with these Aprilaire filters. A lot of those other filters you buy at the box stores, they don't have a lot of surface area, so they chuck off the area of your furnace and cause a lot of damage and problems. So thanks for watching the video, and if you have any further questions, please feel free to give us a call. Please like us on Facebook, tell all your friends, give us a call, and thanks for watching. Bye.